Hello, it's Charles with Uber Eats. Today is Friday, the 6th of March, 2026. And I am blessed and grateful because I received the precious gift of tomorrow with God's wake-up call this morning, and I got to see another day here in beautiful, sunny, warm Tampa, Florida. And you also woke up this morning after receiving God's wake-up call, and you received that precious gift of tomorrow, and you got to see another day here on earth. Tomorrow is a blessing and most definitely a precious gift to receive, because not everybody that went to sleep last night got that wake-up call this morning and got to see another day here on earth. So I, for one, am most definitely blessed for receiving another day and getting to enjoy another day here in Tampa, Florida. And I went to sleep last night being blessed by God for everything that the good Lord has given me. God is good. God is great. I've got relatively good health for a 50-year-old guy. I've got a safe place to sleep every night in the camper, in a dry, clean bed. I get to enjoy delicious food anytime, anywhere I want here in Tampa, Florida. The weather is fantastic, and God has put me in this time and place here in Tampa, Florida right now, where I'm able to build a fantastic Uber Eats business. So I am blessed and fortunate for everything the good Lord has given me. God is good. God is great. Always and always. I didn't mention this yesterday, but I had went through my stock of Monster energy drinks, the Monster rehab drinks that I keep in my camper, and I realized I didn't have enough of the green tea cans to get me through the month. I had plenty. I have enough of the others, but I was short 3 cans. I had a green tea can for the Sunday the 8th, but I didn't have a can for the 15th, the 22nd, or the 29th. So I've been into several gas stations looking for it. Even I went into a couple Publix that I was nearby doing a pickup. I ran into some Publix stores that I couldn't find any green tea Monster rehabs at any of these places. Well, yesterday I was fortunate enough to be doing a pickup at this place called Hot Rocks Pizza on Memorial Highway. And I go in there and I'm picking up a double order for Jerome. I know Jerome was one of the customers, Jerome and Aston. And Jerome had called the restaurant and asked them to double bake his wings. He wanted his wings well done and crispier than they normally make them at that Hot Rocks Pizza. So that when I get there, the manager explains to me that I was going to have about a 10-minute wait on his order, on Jerome's order. So I said, that's fine. I'm going to run across the street, well, across the way to this gas station. Is that okay? He said, that's fine by me. The reason for that, the last time I was at this Hot Rocks Pizza, I went into that same gas station. It's a Citgo gas station, but it's called they sell Citgo gas, but the name of the store is Kangaroo Express. It's on the corner of Memorial Highway and Town and Country. Well, the time I went in there before, I had to wait at this Hot Rocks Pizza, and I went over there to get a candy bar. While I was over there getting the candy bar, I realized that they had a great selection of Monster rehabs, and I didn't need any at the time, but I made a mental note of that. So yesterday, when I had that 10-minute wait on Jerome's wings, I went over to the Kangaroo Express store to see if they had any green tea, and sure enough, they did. They had 2 cans left. And they're at a decent price too, 2 for $5.50. So it works out to $2.75, I believe, which is a decent price, a good price for Monster rehabs. And I bought the only 2 cans they had. So now I just need 1 more green tea can for the 29th of March, and I'll be all set for the month of March. I thought I already had enough, but I was wrong. I did an inventory on my cans Tuesday evening, and I realized I was 3 cans short. So these 2 cans have the same date on them. Here they are. There's the 2 cans I bought yesterday of the green tea flavor. at that Kangaroo Express at the corner of Town and Country and Memorial Highway. And they both have the same date on them that says F2518. So both these cans were made last year. F is the 6th letter of the alphabet. So these cans were made June 18 of 25. So you've got 12 days were left in June, and then you got 6, 7, 8 months left to get me to March. So this can is 8 months, 12 days, and 6. So 24 days. This can is 8 months and 18 days old. If my math is correct, 18 days and 8 months old. So these cans are relatively good, have relatively good dates on them. They're good for up to 2 years if they're kept optimally and in a warehouse where it's temperature controlled. They're not kept in a hot warehouse. Assuming that's the case, these cans are going to be fine to drink. You can drink a can up to 2 years old as long as it's kept in a relatively cool, dry conditions, and they're not dented up real bad. And these cans don't have any dents in them. I looked them over real good before I bought them. So assuming I can find one more green tea can before the 29th of March, now I can say that I'm set for the whole month of March with my Monster Rehab drinks. I'm sitting up at my normal spot at the Circle K outside here, and I've already went inside and I got my free cup of ice. There, see that free ice in my Starbucks cup? It's already started to melt a little bit. It's quite warm. It didn't cool off too much overnight. It got up almost to 90 degrees. Amy Snyder, I think I might consider stop following Amy Snyder's weather predictions on FLZ 93.3. It was up. It was 89 degrees, and she was saying that it was 85 degrees here in Tampa yesterday. So I don't know. It's not entirely her fault, but she's relying on poor weather models. Wherever she's getting her weather models and information from is a poor resource. So I'm going to stop following her weather. I've got enough other reliable weather resources to follow that give me great weather predictions. So I'm not going to listen to her anymore. But anyway, today, this Friday the 6th of March, I grabbed a wild berry flavor of the Monster Rehab Revive, Refresh, Recover. I'm drinking this morning, and it's got the date. It's really small print on the bottom, but it says, I can make it out, it says K2507, and K is the 11th letter of the alphabet. So this can was made November 7 of last year. So you've got 23 days left in November, and then December, January, February, that's 3 months. So this can is 3 months, 23 days, and 6 days, so 29 days old. This can is 29 days and 3 months old. So it's still a very fresh can of this Monster Rehab Wild Berry. I'm gonna get it poured out. Another way to look at it is it'll be tomorrow it'll be 4 days old is another way to look at it, I suppose. Get it cracked open here. I like this wild berry. It's probably my second favorite flavor. Green tea is my favorite, and then wild berry is the next favorite. And then after that, peach and tea and lemonade are my top 4 favorite flavors. The only 4 flavors I can get right now in Tampa. Oh, that's really good. Really good ice cold. It's good stuff. Gas prices have went up again. It was gas price at this Circle K was $3.19 yesterday, which is awful high. It's went up another 20 cents just in a day. So gas at this Circle K, which usually is among the better places to buy gas, isn't that anymore. I've saw cheaper prices yesterday than $3.19 driving around. and I most likely will see better prices driving around Tampa than $3.39. But I don't know what I'm going to do. Gas prices are awful all over the country. They're awful. Even in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma generally has the cheapest price gas in all the United States. It's even higher than this Circle K has ever been. So comparing the gas price at this Circle K with the average price in Florida and the average price in the United States. I went to AAA and Gas Buddy to do that. And according to AAA and Gas Buddy, the average price of gas in Florida this morning is $3.28, and the average price of gas in the United States is $3.32. So gas has went up in Florida by 9 cents since yesterday, and it's went up in the United States just in one day. The average price of gas has went up over 7 cents. So this Circle K is higher than the average price of gas in the United States by 7 cents. And it's higher than the average price of gas in Florida by 11 cents. The only thing I can say, I'm very fortunate that Uber Eats is doing this promotion where I'll make an extra $240 if I complete 110 deliveries. And that's making up for this deficit and problems I'm having with gas prices recently. I sure hope to see gas prices drop down before summertime and get back to normal, like $2.77, $2.76 prices. I'll be thrilled to see that again here in Tampa, Florida. Even those, and to my surprise, I did deliveries yesterday in St. Pete. And I did a lot of deliveries in St. Pete and a few in Clearwater. And usually those prices are much higher than I've seen in my part of Tampa where I live, out towards the east. But those prices were cheaper than here. So gas prices are all wonky right now in the Tampa Bay area because of this Iran war that we're in. But mentioning that quest for $240 I'm on, I had 20 customers, so I did 20 more trips towards that goal. I'm now at 72. I've completed 72 trips of that 110 quest that I'm on. So that means I need 38 more deliveries completed today, tomorrow, and Sunday. Well, I most definitely will do that. I'll probably have that quest completed at some point tomorrow, most likely, unless something really strange happens with my deliveries. I usually will do 18, 20 customers in a day. So assuming that I do that today and tomorrow, I will complete that quest at some point Saturday. So I'm going to be thrilled to see that come through the app, that $240. That'll be fantastic. I also went into the app last night and this morning to fill in all the rest of the information about my trips, what money I earned on all my trips, and I looked at my customer survey to see if I had any good responses, and I went in to check my customer satisfaction, my canceled percent, and all that, and it looks like I had 10 upvotes yesterday. My customer satisfaction score is still at 99%, which is a fantastic percent to maintain. Frankly, I'm surprised I'm not back up to 100% again, but 99% is a fantastic customer satisfaction score to maintain. My cancel percent is still at 4%. My on-time deliveries slipped by 1%. I'm now, as a result of Thursday's business, I delivered to customers' homes on time 93% of the time yesterday. I arrived at customers' homes, restaurants, and stores on time 93% of the time yesterday. My acceptance rate slipped by 1%. I accepted 90% of the orders that came through the app Thursday. My deliver with care went up too. I now have 682 customers said I delivered food to the door with great care. 601 customers now say I delivered food in a friendly demeanor. That's up 2 from yesterday. My deliver with care is up 2 from yesterday. My quick and efficient responses went up 2 to 591. good communicator went up 2 to 587, and I had 2 more people said I delivered with a perfect handoff. I'm now at 563 respondents there. So all great results and all great numbers from yesterday's business. So a lot of great things happened for me yesterday. I'm getting closer and closer to earning that $240. I found 2 more of my green tea flavors, Monster Rehab drinks, the green tea that I needed. I only need 1 more. And I made great money yesterday. So overall, a great day delivering food at Uber Eats here in Tampa, Florida. Just a fantastic day yesterday, Thursday was. Something else I neglected to mention, I did buy my Powerball ticket for tomorrow night. And I didn't go on to the Powerball website to find out about the jackpot, but according to this ticket, the Powerball jackpot for tomorrow night is at 35 million. I did go on to the Mega Million site to find out about the drawing tonight. I assumed I would be buying a ticket because it was going to be over 500 million, but it's not over 500 million. According to the website, it's at 496 million. Their screen is screwed up here, so I can't tell what the jackpots are. It's all a bunch of lines and dots, so they need to reset their machine to get the right readout on their screen up here. But I won't be buying a ticket for the Mega like I assumed. Now, if it doesn't get hit tonight, the Mega doesn't get hit tonight, I will be buying a ticket for Tuesday night drawing, because it will be, at that point, it will be up over 500 million. So I'll have to wait and see about the results tonight on the Mega Million lottery. But I do have my ticket for tomorrow night for the Powerball. I played my normal numbers of 14, 22, 25, 37, 49, and the Powerball 23. You see that? And I bought this ticket. Yesterday morning at 7:08 a.m. 7:08 a.m. yesterday morning. Well, with the time right now being 4:17 a.m. and weather-atlas.com saying the sun will rise today in Tampa, Florida at 6:48 a.m. That's 2 hours, 31 minutes from now until we see daylight here in Tampa. And according to that website, weather-atlas.com, the sun will set this evening at 6:33 a.m. So Tampa will enjoy over 11 hours and 45 minutes of daylight and clear skies and sunny skies, according to that website. I went on to write down what weather-atlas.com had to say about today's weather, and this is what it wrote. Whoever composed that website wrote, "Today, thin clouds will pass through at times, but overall, the day will remain bright. Rainfall is not anticipated, so we're going to see very clear skies and dry skies today in Tampa, Florida." I did run into a good bit of rain in the late evening yesterday after 5, coming back from the St. Petersburg area. I was on 75, I believe, coming back east towards my part of Tampa Bay. And it rained a great deal, so the weather predictions were right. Spotty thunder, and I saw some lightning and thunderstorms. So a good bit of rain, which is what we need here in Tampa, Florida, because of the horrible, severe drought that most of Florida is under, and now Tampa Bay is under a severe drought. So we need all the rain that we can get. It didn't rain so bad that I felt like it was dangerous for me to drive, but I was happy to see it raining, and it cooled things off afterwards. It was quite cooler here in Tampa, Florida after the rain let up, so I was happy to see the rain. But the website went on to say that, but overall it will remain bright. Rainfall is not anticipated in Tampa, Florida this Friday, the 6th of March. The high will be a tropical 88 degrees and the low a delightful 68. With partly cloudy skies. There's a 24% chance of rain. Judging from the other weather that I wrote down for today, I don't anticipate rain. I don't understand why it says 24% chance of rain. That's not what I'm seeing from other weather reports, but I hope that's wrong. I don't want to see any more rain today. We had enough rain yesterday, and I don't want to deal with that over over the course of all today. I was fortunate that the rain fell when it did. It didn't start till nearly 5 yesterday. So if it does rain today, I hope it holds off until later in the evening. Humidity at 67%. Winds will be out of the southeast at 9 miles an hour. Meta AI, I asked Meta AI about the weather, and this is how it responded to my question. It said, Tampa's weather is looking sunny March 6th, with partly cloudy skies and a high of 88 and a low of 68. That's exactly what weatheratlas.com said the high and low will be today. There is a chance of stray showers or thunderstorms with a 20% chance of rain. Winds will be out of the southeast at 10 miles an hour. 5 to 10 miles an hour. And then I wrote down what 10 Tampa Bay News had to say about the weather. And its entire focus on this particular, it was a weather report per se, but it didn't really report the weather specifically for this Friday the 6th. Its commentary was revolving around the fact that Tampa Bay is putting its residents under water restrictions. The name of this YouTube video from 10 Tampa Bay was Hillsborough County Considers Year-Round Water Limits. And the gist of the message this guy was portraying was, it said, the rule change will limit homeowners that use drinking water for their irrigation for watering their lawn. It will limit them to doing this 1 day per week. And the days that you're allowed to do it, from my understanding, is based on your address. So if your address starts out 1 or 2, you can do it on like a Monday. And then if it's 3 or 4, starts out 3 or 4, you can do it on a Tuesday and so forth. So that's how you figure out when you can water your lawn. These conditions are in place right now, but this law that they're trying to pass will make it a permanent condition for Tampa, Florida. So I guess it wasn't really news. It wasn't anything new that people in Tampa are going to have to do. It's going to be they're hoping to make it a permanent change in the law. And this change that they're doing is directly related to the drought condition that Tampa, Florida is under, and most of Florida is under horrible drought right now. So Tampa, Florida is taking measures to alleviate to alleviate the drought and make it easier for everybody that lives here in Tampa. But I went on to another YouTube video from 10 Tampa Bay where meteorologist Courtney Jacobazi was on there. She says that the ridge of high pressure that's sitting off Florida's east coast is bringing more rain and thunderstorms into the Tampa Bay area. This was yesterday she was referring to. But today, Friday, there's a 40% chance of rain and above average temperatures as a result of this high pressure ridge that's sitting off Florida's east coast, she explained. Today, we can expect partly sunny skies with a high of 86 and a low of 68. This weekend, she went on to say, should be much drier and clearer skies. We'll see clearer skies and drier conditions over the weekend, according to meteorologist Courtney Jacobazi. I also went on to the other YouTube page that I rely on for weather, and this was Fox 13 Tampa Bay. They had meteorologist Dave Osterberg on there. He says average March high temperatures is usually around 76 degrees. So Tampa is seeing much warmer weather than we can expect for typical March weather, with highs of 83 on Sunday and 86 on Monday, 84 on Tuesday, and a high of 87 yesterday, Wednesday, I should say. This month has seen some extreme weather patterns, he said. Dave Osterberg said, extreme weather patterns. And this is not likely to change going through the weekend, he went on to say. He said today, Friday, expect a 30% chance of rain and high temperatures in the mid 80s and even warmer going through the weekend. We're going to see muggy weather going through the weekend here in Tampa, Florida, according to meteorologist Dave Osterberg. I did catch several weather predictions from Amy Snyder, but like I said, I'm not following her weather reports anymore. She gave a really poor weather report for Wednesday or Thursday, right in the middle of Thursday. Right in the middle of the day, she was telling me that the high temperature was way off, and it was in the middle of the day. She could have checked for herself and known that was a poor weather prediction, so I'm not following her anymore. Amy Snyder gives poor weather predictions. I also wrote down all the deliveries that completed yesterday for Thursday, the 5th of March, 2026. And I had 20 customers, and I did 11 trips, so I had a lot of doubles and triples in there, naturally. I started out the day with a double. I picked up food for Orson and Ashley. Orson wanted IHOP breakfast from East Bears Avenue, Bearss Avenue. And Ashley wanted Starbucks coffee and croissant type deal from the Starbucks on Nebraska Avenue. Ashley and Orson, I earned a fare of $4.59 for picking up their IHOP and Starbucks order. And Ashley and Orson were generous, and they decided to tip me $6.30. So I made $10.89 for picking up that IHOP and Starbucks order. Thank you so much, Orson and Ashley, for your Starbucks and IHOP business. I really appreciate you, and I appreciate the fact that you decided to tip me so well. I really appreciate the both of you, Orson and Ashley. And then I went on a single. Trip number 2 was a single. It was a Chick-fil-A order. Kay wanted Chick-fil-A picked up from the Cove Bend location. Kay tipped me $3.12, and I earned a fare of $3.91. So I made $7.03 for picking up Kay's Chick-fil-A order. Thank you for the $3 tip, Kay. I appreciate that. And then I went on a double for Vinny and Lee. Trip number 3 was an order for Panera Bread and Starbucks. Vinny wanted Panera Bread from Bruce B. Downs, and Lee wanted Starbucks from Bruce B. Downs. Those two locations are very close together, so this was a relatively easy double for me to do. Simple double. And I didn't have to double back on Bruce B. Downs. I just drove down the street. Most of the times if I had to count how many times I have to do U-turns in the middle of highways and major intersections, I probably do upwards of 20 or 30 U-turns. So anytime I can avoid doing that, I'm happy. But that was an easy double to do for Vinny and Lee. Vinny and Lee, I earned a fare of $2.58, and they tipped me $7. I really appreciate the $7 tip, Vinny and Lee. I made $9.58 for that easy double to do. I really appreciate the both of you, Vinny and Lee, for the business and the tip you gave me. After dropping off Lee's Starbucks order from the Bruce B. Downs location, I went on another double. This was trip number 4. I picked up Chick-fil-A from the same location as before, the Cove Bend location, for Levi. And Jermaine wanted Pure Spin. He had his laundry done at Pure Spin Laundry on North Florida. I picked up his clean laundry and delivered it to his house. For doing that, I earned a fare of $6.04, and Jermaine and Levi tipped me $5. I made $11.04 for picking up Jermaine's laundry and Levi's Chick-fil-A order. Thank you so much for the tips, Levi and Jermaine. That was very generous and kind of you. That was a good paying double, $11.04. I was about to say it was my best paying run, but it wasn't. My best paying trip was a courier saver I did for Josh. I made $16.20 for one trip. That was trip number 10. After dropping off Jermaine's laundry for trip number 4, I went on a single for George. George wanted Starbucks from Southwest Shore Boulevard. George's fare was $2, and I earned a tip from George of 309. So made $5.09 for picking up George's Starbucks order. Thank you for the $3 tip, George. I appreciate you. After dropping off that Starbucks order for George, I went on a double. Trip number 6 was a double for Jerome and Ashton. Jerome and Ashton wanted Hot Rock Pizza on Memorial Highway. This is that order where I found my 2 monster drinks. Jerome wanted his wings extra well done, so that bought me enough time to run across the way to that Kangaroo Express store to buy my monster drinks. Jerome and Ashton, I earned a fare of $2 and they tipped me $6, so I made $8 even for picking up that double from Hot Rock Pizza. Thank you, Jerome and Ashton, for the kindness, generosity, and thoughtfulness of your $6 tip. And thank you for the business. I earned a fare of $2 for picking up your order, so thank you so much for all that, Jerome and Ashton. I appreciate the both of you. And then after dropping off Ashton's Hot Rock Pizza order, I went on a single for, no, this is a double, Brianna and Sierra. Brianna wanted wooden ladle. This came close to being a single, but as soon as I was about to get to Brianna's house with her wooden ladle order, that So Fresh order came in, so it became a double. I recall now why I got confused, but this was a double, ended up being a double. Brianna wanted wooden ladle on Tampa Road, and Sierra wanted So Fresh on East Lake Road. Brianna and Sierra earned a fare of $4.40, and they tipped me $6. They were generous and kind and tipped me $6, so I made $10.40 for picking up Brianna and Sierra's orders from So Fresh and Wooden Ladle. Thank you for the $6 tip. That was generous from the both of you, Sierra and Brianna. And then I went on another double. Trip number 8 was a double. Derek and Charles. Derek wanted falafel cafe. Something else is in between there, but I can't wake it out. So falafel, I'll just call it a falafel cafe on Highway 19. And Charles wanted KFC on Gulf to Bay Boulevard. This was a great paying delivery. Derek and Charles, I earned a fare of $2 and they tipped me $8.22. I made $10.22 on a relatively easy double to do. So thank you so much, Derek and Charles, for that generous over $8 tip. I appreciate that. Then I went on a triple. Number 9 was a triple for Grant, Steve, and Gigi. Grant, Steve, and Gigi, they tipped me $11.20 and they earned a fare of $4.50, so made $15.70 for that triple. Grant wanted Culver's on Gulf to Bay, and Steve and Gigi wanted edible arrangements picked up, and edible arrangement orders picked up from the Court Street location of edible arrangement. Gigi, Steve, and Grant, they tipped me $11.20, so thank you so much for the generous over $11 tip, and thank you for the fare. I made $15.70 for that relatively easy triple to do, only from 2 different stores. So thank you so much for that generous tip and fare, Grant, Steve, and Gigi. Then I went on the best paying trip of the day. Trip number 10 was a courier saver for Josh. I made, you don't get tips for those generally, from my understanding, but you earned the fare. So I really appreciate the fare I earned for that trip, Josh. I made $16.20 for a relatively easy courier saver. Thank you so much for that business, Josh. I appreciate you. Then I went on the last trip of the day, was a double for Cam and Kat. I picked up 4 huge boxes of copier paper for Cam from the Office Depot on 37th. And then I picked up Starbucks drinks for Kat from the Starbucks on 4th Street. For doing that, I earned a fare of $2.57 and they tipped me $8. So thank you for the very generous tip of $8, Cam and Kat. I appreciate the both of you. I made $10.57 for doing that delivery. I appreciate all the business and tips I earned yesterday. It's helping me. It's helping me with my rent, my food, my car insurance, gas, upkeep on my car. It's helping me save up for my next car that I most likely will have to buy at some point next year in 2027. And it's helping me set aside money for my future retirement. So I'm very fortunate and blessed for all the business I can get with my Uber Eats business that I'm running here in Tampa, Florida. So thank you all the customers that I had yesterday. I appreciate all of you, and I appreciate all the tips. I'm going to get off here and get into the McDonald's and enjoy another wonderful breakfast. I get 2 sausage, egg, and cheese McMuffins and coffee. 3 or 4 coffees every day at the McDonald's most mornings. God bless you all, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Goodbye for now.